Hello people, YouTube, it is I once again, the Malik Aaron. And after the wild, crazy shenanigans, that was my last review, The Happening. You can go watch that. Both me and Triple H over there decided to basically make things back to basics for a bit, because that episode was crazy, out of control. The most chaotic we've ever had, so we have to calm down a bit. And to do that, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that is quite recent. It only came out 5-ish months ago. I'm pretty sure you all know what it is. It's Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Yeah, this is the first anthology Star Wars movie. The next one will be the Han Solo movie next year. This was made by Gareth Edwards. He's the guy who did the 2014 Godzilla, which I actually like. And with this movie, there was a ton of reshoots. Over 40% had to be reshot, and that caused an immediate sign for concern, because if you have to reshoot that much of a movie, then something is seriously wrong. So yeah. And unlike say Suicide Squad or there are many examples of reshoots making a movie bad, like Fanforstic or Suicide Squad or what else had to do with reshoots that ended bad? It's kind of hard to think about it now. Yeah, but those two are the main culprits about reshoots. Why reshoots these days get such a bad name, a bad rap. But I think the reshoots in this actually improved the movie rather than destroy the movie. Because there was one line, this is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. And they got rid of it from the final movie. I'm like, that was a good idea. Yeah, I agree with that. So the story here, it takes place in between episodes 3 and 4 chronologically. This takes place right before 4. And this is all about how the heroes get the Death Star plans, so they can put it in R2-D2, who can give it to Luke Skywalker, so he can see the message from Princess Leia, and that's how the whole original trilogy started. So yeah, this takes place before that. It fills in that gap. So you have our main hero, Jyn Erso, which is a weird name. I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, really? Another female lead in a Star Wars movie? You already had one. Why you gotta do two? No, I don't have much of a problem with it, personally. It doesn't bother me that much. And besides, they were able to, sort of not make this the Jyn Erso movie by adding all her little friends, her little side characters. Yeah, this is the other main dude. I forgot his name. Yeah, that's a problem with this movie. Because of reshoots, I believe. You meet, all these different places in, the first, 20 minutes. It's a bit hectic. You really don't know anybody. And then, you got these two. This guy and Donnie Yen, who I actually like in this movie. He has some of the best lines. These two have fought together for so long. They're brothers. They're best friends. I'm like, well, we never got to see any of that. It's called show, not tell. That's one of the major flaws in storytelling these days. So yeah, she's a rebel scum, as they say. And she's recruited by the Republic to I only saw this movie once, like in the theater, like Thursday night showing. So, and it was late, so it was my version of the movie is like a bit blurry. But yeah, she's recruited by, not the Republic, like just the good guys in general, to like go help with this situation and to stop the Death Star plans. Turns out her father, played by Mads Mikkelsen, like her mother died tragically, and she thinks her father died, but turns out he's alive, and he planted like the ultimate downfall of the Death Star, and that explains why was the Death Star? Why is it in one place? That one weak spot. Why would someone put that there? And now you know it filled in one of the biggest plot holes in Star Wars history. Oh yeah, I can't forget about this guy. Dang it, I forgot his name. I'm terrible with these names. He was good. Like he wasn't. He's like my second favorite Star Wars droid at the moment, other than like BB-8s. Like he had like enough personality to him, like a bit more personality than C-3PO, and he was kind of like, yeah, he has a lot of personality to it. And let's talk about the main selling point behind this movie, and that is to see Darth Vader, who you can barely see. I think you see it right there. And I was actually excited for this movie mainly because I wanted to see like Darth Vader do some cool stuff. I mean, he had to redeem himself from those god-awful prequel movies where he was a whiny teen and he hated sand. He stalked and creeped out Natalie Portman long before Twilight, and then he has some of the worst lines in Star Wars history. But so he had to redeem himself, and I think he did. Even though he's in there very short, like only like 20 minutes, he's like in the end, he has one of the most awesome moments I've ever seen. Like, it shows you, like, Darth Vader is the real deal. There's a reason why he's considered the greatest movie villain in history. Oh, yeah, and there's also the issue of the creepy CGI. Yeah. Well, I never seen the original, so it didn't bother me as much as others. Like the end, like with Carrie Fisher, like her as Princess Leia. I was like, oh. It looked a bit weird, considering I just saw her a year ago in Force Awakens. And then, like, tragically, like, I think like a week after this movie came out, she tragically died. And that's just a shame, man. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. I know she completed her scenes for episode 8, but she's not going to be in episode 9. Because, like, yeah, I mean, that just sucks. So overall, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll probably like it. And me being the non-Star Wars fan I still like it. I mean, for me, like, I know enough about Star Wars where it's accessible to me. So yeah, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Even though it wasn't as successful as Force Awakens, it didn't have to be. I mean, this was a spinoff. But this December, we're going to have The Last Jedi, and that's going to be the real deal. So, we got to stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to bring it back to Triple H and his special guest. And I'm pretty sure it's someone I already told you about in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you the one, the only, Darth Vader.
How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing good. So, what did you think of Rogue One? Even though you were kind of barely in it, which is a bit disappointing.
I liked it, for the most part. It should have featured more of me.
Well, one of the main reasons people want to see that was
because of you. Yeah, but I still had some great moments. Yeah, I agree. So, a couple questions. One, how do you feel about how you were portrayed in the Star Wars prequels? Oh, they ruined me. They ruined me for making me awesome to begin with. First, they make me a whiny little brat, a little twerp, a 8-year-old twerp. Then they aged me up, maybe a complete total creep of a Padme, Natalie Portman. It gave me some worst dialogue, saying like how much I hate sand. It's awful, horrible. George Lucas should be ashamed of what he did to me. Oh yeah, and also, what do you think about the infamous line Revenge of the Sith, where you become Darth Vader? Oh, that. I have one thing to say to that. No way I would ever do that again. Yeah, so... And also, what do you think of Kylo Ren somewhat stealing the way your look, in a sense? I don't have a problem with it. He's a nice guy. Just like me, has his own issues. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. He'll make a good replacement villain for the dark side. He even kept my mask. So he's clearly in my fan club. Yeah, true. So Triple H, what do you think of Rogue One? It's okay. Especially for me. Because you know how I am. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I give it a 7. It's passable. Yeah. Surprised we could finally have a review that doesn't end in violence. Oh, don't you worry. We'll get back to that real soon. But for now, I just need to relax and relish in the fact that I retained my spot as the co-host of movie reviews, and I'm now the permanent co-host of this show. Yep, and you should be proud of that. So what are we reviewing next? We're going to be reviewing a movie that should have been seen a lot more than it did. Don't you have a couple of those in your collection? Yes, I support movies that I like that just did not get attention. That's just terrible. Instead, everyone rushes to see those Twilight movies, all those young adult movies, those Transformers movies. It's awful. It's horrible. So I'm going to be reviewing Edge of Tomorrow, aka Live, Die, Repeat. Oh, is that the movie with Tom Cruise? Where it's basically him and Emily Blunt time travel? Yes. Oh, I love that movie. So underrated. I'm glad we're reviewing it next. Alright. So you want to end this video now? Okay. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and we'll see you once again. And Luke, I am your father. Wait a minute, Luke Skywalker isn't here. I just gotta say that. It's my most famous line in history. I have the right to say it. Alright, you know what? We're out.